The ultrasound image stopped everyone in their tracks. A man, broad-shouldered, bearded, and fit, lay on the table as the monitor revealed the tiny, fluttering heartbeat of a baby. Nurses whispered, doctors leaned closer, certain it must be a technical error. But it wasn't. He was pregnant. And the real shock? This was his second pregnancy in less than a year. What followed would not only amaze you, but also make you question the uncertainties of life. If you like stories like this, where real life feels stranger than fiction, stay with me, because this one will leave you questioning everything you thought was possible. Jordan never thought his life would turn out this way. At 29, he looked every bit the part of the man he had fought so hard to become. Muscular arms, deep voice, a neatly trimmed beard. He was a transgender man, years into his transition, living with confidence and comfort in his skin. But unlike many others, he had chosen not to undergo surgery that would remove his reproductive organs. It wasn't something he spoke about often. He wanted to be known for who he was, not for the details of his body. But that choice, quiet, personal, and private, was the reason why, in the span of 12 months, he had faced two of the most intense and terrifying journeys of his life. The first pregnancy came after long talks with his partner, Mia. She couldn't carry children, so Jordan made the decision to step in. It wasn't easy. The thought of being visibly pregnant terrified him, but he wanted to give them both a family. The months that followed were full of discomfort, uncertainty, and constant reminders that his body didn't fit the world's expectations. But when his baby boy was born, the cries filled Jordan with something he hadn't expected: pure joy. He thought the hardest part was behind him. But only 6 months later, Jordan began to feel the same symptoms all over again. At first, he brushed them off as exhaustion from fatherhood. But then a test confirmed the impossible. He was pregnant. Again. This second pregnancy was nothing like the first. His body hadn't recovered. His energy was drained. The doctors warned of complications. His muscles were still weak, his hormone balance unstable, and the gap between births dangerously short. Still, Jordan pressed forward. He tried to raise his son, prepare for another child, and keep himself together all at once. But the strain showed. Nights were endless. His back ached constantly. Some mornings, he couldn't even get out of bed without Mia's help. And then came the night it all collapsed. The contractions struck suddenly, sharp and merciless. Jordan was at home when the first wave hit, nearly sending him to his knees as he tried to rock his infant son to sleep. Panic filled Mia's eyes as she rushed to him. "It's too soon," she whispered, her voice trembling. But there was no stopping it. By the time they reached the hospital, Jordan was drenched in sweat, his beard clinging to his skin, his hands gripping the rails of the stretcher. The doctors confirmed what they had feared: premature labor. The delivery room filled with chaos. Nurses barked orders, machines beeped frantically, and Jordan's body fought through contractions that came too fast, too hard. His breathing grew ragged. His vision blurred. Every fiber of his being screamed that he wasn't ready, but life had decided otherwise. The doctor struggled. The baby wasn't positioned well. Jordan's blood pressure plummeted. His body, already pushed to its limits, teetered on collapse. Mia clutched his hand, whispering, "You've done this before. You can do it again." Jordan groaned, barely able to speak. I don't know if I can." But the contractions left no choice. His body bore down. The room filled with shouts. And then, a cry. Faint, trembling, but unmistakable. The baby was rushed away, wires and tubes attached almost immediately. Doctors moved swiftly, their faces grim but focused. Mia tried to follow, but one of the nurses stopped her. "Wait outside, please." Jordan lay back, drenched in sweat, his beard shadowed by exhaustion, staring at the ceiling lights. He couldn't even see his child, only hear the muffled chaos beyond the curtain. The monitors beside him beeped steadily, but every now and then they stuttered, drawing worried glances from the staff. His body was weak, his future uncertain. Hours passed. The NICU door remained closed. No one outside knew what would happen next. Some whispered that the baby was too small to survive. Others said Jordan himself might not make it through the night. Mia sat in the waiting room, her head in her hands, praying silently for both the man she loved and the child they had risked everything to bring into the world. And somewhere, behind hospital doors, a tiny life fought for breath, while a bearded man lay in silence, caught between hope and fear. That's where the story pauses. Because not every story ends with clarity. Some end with questions, questions that echo louder than any answers. Would Jordan's second child survive? Would his body recover from 2 pregnancies in a single year? And how would he and Mia carry the weight of 2 fragile futures when they had barely begun with the first? The only sound breaking the uncertainty was the soft, uneven cry of a newborn, reminding everyone that life, no matter how fragile, had arrived. And whether it would last, no one could yet say.